Good morning from the very cold, very freezing, very wet Belgrade. Today we're going to our first ever European football game together, which is of course in Belgrade. We're seeing Partizan Belgrade. They are actually top of the table right now. They haven't lost a game all year and they're playing dead last. So I think my prediction is going to be about 5-0 for Partizan. It's really interesting being here though, because apart from all the rain, Red Star, their rival, is literally just over there. We're in a little park here, and then on the other side is the stadium we're going into. So yeah, it's only a couple hours till kick-off. We just got our tickets then. They only take cash here, so I actually had to get the cheaper ones, which means we're behind the goals, because the ones on the wings were about 600 Serbian dinar, which is like €5, and then the ones behind the goals were 400 Serbian dinar, so €3 or €4. Great value. I've never come across tickets anywhere that cheap for a game. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the atmosphere should be all right. The attendances have been down a little bit over the years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting inside the stadium, and we're going to go get a quick snack. Today's pre-game feed is going to be a pizza. It's right next to the stadium. It's really the only thing we could find. Nice pepperoni slice there. And that was about 330, so that was actually cheaper than the ticket to get in. So not bad value for money here, I must say. But yeah, looking forward to kickoff. So we're just making our way to the stadium now, and it is quite cold today. It's about 2 degrees. Kickoff's at 3:45 p.m, which it gets dark at about 4 p.m. here. So we're going to be sitting in the dark. It's going to be a very cold walk back to our accommodation as well. This is the first time since I've been away. I've got 2 pairs of socks on. I've got about 5 layers. I've got a t-shirt, a polo, a thin jumper, this yellow jumper, and then the big winter jacket as well.
I have a pair of leggings underneath my jeans. I have about 3 jumpers. Well, the problem with traveling is we don't have the bag space to carry proper winter clothes. So we just got to layer up. Colours are actually black and white, so I've worn my Collingwood beanie, which happens to be black and white as well. So this is an AFL team in Australia, and I look like I'm part of the Partizan fan club.
So we're just about to enter the stadium now. Finally, it's kickoff. But I must say, I've been to a lot of football games in the UK and throughout Europe, even in Australia, and I've never been stopped by so many strangers. They were talking to us in Serbian and they couldn't speak English, but we've been stopped a few times. We had one old guy who was actually showing us, he was looking at our ticket to see which entrance we go in, because he knew that we, obviously, we stand out a little bit, I think. So anyway, on to kickoff. Well, we made it inside.
Nice.
What did they take out of your backpack? Just the water?
No water. No water allowed.
All right, guys, let's go check out the toilets. All right, Hannah, so first game in Serbia, first game in Europe. What are your thoughts entering the stadium?
It's a lot smaller than what I thought, and the seats are far away from the field, unlike...
And we are out in the elements as well. There's no real shelter.
The seats are soaking wet, so I don't think we'll be able to sit down, but all part of the fun, isn't it? Glad to
Toilets
be
are
here.
good. I don't think there's any
No
women.
female toilets.
No
near
female
us
toilets
either.
in this part of the ground.
So,
And your prediction?
okay, my prediction, I think Partizan 6. What's the other team?
So mine was 5-0.
Okay, I'll do 7-0 Partizan.
7-0. Partizan are probably going to draw 0-0 now, so no goals for us.
All right, Gordon, you've been to many games in Europe. What's your thoughts on this compared to the rest?
I've never really been to the top of a stadium where you can see, you got a really good view of the pitch and the whole stadium, but also the entire city in the background as well. You get pretty much an entire view of Belgrade, which is just amazing. There's like no food stalls here or drink stalls. The sort of ultra guys run it themselves, which is pretty interesting. They've got like a big toolbox full of like drinks and vodka and soft drink and whatnot, so they sort of all operate it amongst themselves. It's like this is very segregated away from the rest of society, where if we had another couple hundred dinar or a couple more euros, we'd be under the nice covers. We'd probably have nice toilets, but yeah, should be interesting. Guys, we're about 15 minutes in, 0-0, and I can't see the game anymore, unfortunately. It's not like this at the AFL. Alright, the second half is about to start. I don't think our predictions are going to come true, but I'm going to go out and say number 33 is going to come off the bench and score for Partizan. Still 0-0, and the second half is starting now. Guys, no joke, 4 minutes into the second half, number 33, massive header, 1-0 Partizan. Well guys, that concludes this video. Really interesting experience, I must be honest. Lots of police when we came out as well. There's no real away fans either, so the entire thing's completely safe. It's just looks a little bit intimidating, I suppose, as outsiders. Your first European game, first sort of proper football game, Hannah. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was the atmosphere there, even though there weren't that many people, it was just constant chants and clapping and flares going off. I've never seen a flare go off that close.
There's quite a few, yeah.
So, and it was just so cold as well. So, I mean, all part of the experience, and yeah, enjoyed it.
We're gonna go home and have a shower, guys. We've got all these layers on. I can't feel my feet. We can't feel any parts of our bodies.
My gloves aren't working too well.
We were actually going to go to Partizan playing the European competition midweek, and the game starts, I think it's about 6 o'clock now. It starts at like 7:30, so I'm so glad we went to the Sunday one and not the midweek game. But yeah, the final thing I'd like to say though is I really like the players chanting with the fans at the end. You know, it's one of the things that's always attracted me to the smaller leagues and the smaller games, I suppose. The fans sort of matter a bit more, whereas think about some of the bigger clubs, players are on hundreds of thousands of dollars and a week and don't even know, you know, any fans exist. So very nice, very touching. Best of luck to Partizan in the league. I think they're a couple games clear now, so good luck and hopefully enjoyed that. We had a fantastic time. Bye bye guys.